Hello, this is video number 69. In this video, we're going to review some of the volume formulas we've seen in class. There are three basic shapes we want to talk about. Rectangular solids, pyramids, and cylinders. Here we go. Rectangular solid is just a box. It's called a rectangular solid because all the faces are rectangles. And usually there's two things we want to know. In this case, we want to know the volume and we want to know the surface area. The volume is the easier one, so let's start with that. So to calculate the volume of a box like this, you just multiply length times width times height. Actually, it doesn't matter which one you call length, width, and height. You just multiply the dimensions. So this would be 10 times 20 times 30. So that's a 20. Okay, and when we multiply 10 times 20 times 30, let's see what we get. Okay, 6,000 in this case. So this would be 6,000. Volume is no problem. All right, the surface area takes a little bit more effort. We got to add up the area of all 6 sides. So just like we did in class, I like to break this into top and bottom. We can talk about the front side and the back side, and then the right side and the left side. And they're all easy to get because they're rectangles. So the top and the bottom are congruent. The bottom is 20 by 30, so is the top. So the area of the bottom down here is 20 times 30, which is 600. So the top is going to be the same thing. The front right here, this side right here, is 10 by 20, so that'd be 200. So the back all the way on the other side is 200 also. The right side, well, this height is 10 right here, and the length is 30 of that side, so 10 times 30 is 300. So the left side would be the same. When I add them up, I got 12, 4 more is 16, 6 more is 22. I get 2,200 for the surface area. So we just have to add them all up, okay? I left out units because they didn't give me units, but the volume would be cubic units, the area would be square units. Okay, the next shape are pyramids, and we just have to be familiar with the formula. I included the formula here on the bottom right. It's 1/3 times capital B times H. B is the area of the base. Okay, so let's do it. We got 1/3. We got to multiply it by the area of the base. In this case, the base is a rectangle. So it's 4 by 8, and so the area would be 32. So that's 1/3, that's the area of the base, times the height. The height is 7. Okay, let's see what we get. I think we get a decimal this time, but that's okay. We get 74.7. And the units would be kilometers cubed. That's a huge pyramid. All right, next one. 1/3 times the area of the base. Base is a square. It's kind of drawn in 3D, so it's hard to see it, but the sides are equal, and they all have right angles for corners. It's got to be a square. So 7 times 7 is 49. And then times the height, which is 5. We're going to get a decimal again. We get 81.7. And this time it would be cubic yards. All right, last one. This is the only one we got to be a little bit careful of. Reason why is because the base is a triangle. And we got to do 1/2 the base times the height. So for the volume, it equals 1/3 the area of the base. I'm going to leave that blank for a second. Times the height, which is 5. So for the base, it's 1/2 base times height for a triangle. Now, they gave us all 3 sides, but we gotta realize that the legs that make a right angle are the base and height. So we need to use 3 and 4. So it's 1/2 times 3 times 4, which is 6. So that's what goes in as the area of the base. All right, so again, this triangle here is the base. 1/2 base times height gives us its area. Now, let's finish the volume. So volume equals 1/3 of 6, which is 2, times 5 is 10. And the units would be centimeters cubed. So pyramids are easy. You just got to pay attention to what the base is and figure out the area of the base. All right, last one. This one's no problem because we're just finding the volume of cylinders, and the formula is down here. So all we have to do is apply it. So volume equals pi r squared times height. It's actually the area of one of the bases times the height here. So that would be pi times 9 squared times 7. And we get 567 pi. If you want a decimal, you could find a decimal. In this case, it's nicer to leave it like that. All right, this one has a small catch. We need the radius, not the diameter. The 10 yards is the diameter. So we have to use a radius of 5. So volume equals pi times r squared times h. So equal pi times 5 squared times the height, 8. So this is 8 times 25. I do believe that's 200. So this one's 200 pi. And I'll include the units this time. It'd be yards cubed. All right. No problem for you guys. Here's the journal assignment. So we got one of each. So for the first one, go ahead and compute the volume and the surface area of this box here. It's 6 by 3 by 4. Then calculate the volume of the pyramid below. Remember, B is the area of the bottom or the base. And calculate the volume of the cylinder. Shouldn't take you too long. Good luck.